Jane worked in mental health care for the past 18 years, primarily supporting individuals with psychotic illnesses. For 9 years, she was employed at a group home, and she became close with her coworkers. They also grew close to another colleague, Mai, a shy, timid, and friendly woman who struggled with her own mental health issues. Mai had a history of schizophrenia, but assured them that she was stable and medicated. Despite frequent sick leaves, Mai stayed connected by joining after-work gatherings. Jane wasn't concerned about her diagnosis, having worked with patients experiencing similar conditions. The summer of 2023, she began working at a new facility focused on forensic psychiatry. Mai confided in them about being evicted. She claimed she had accidentally entered her neighbor's apartment one night, and the situation escalated unfairly due to her own mental health history. At the time, Jane lived in a small apartment with her 2 cats. Sympathizing with her, Jane offered her a place to stay when she asked, as she was homeless. Mai moved into the living room, declining her offer to replace the couch with a bed. Jane did what she could to make her comfortable, buying her a coffee machine since she was a heavy coffee drinker and smoker. She reminded Mai that she struggled with insomnia and epilepsy, explaining how vital sleep was for her well-being, especially on nights before early shifts. Mai assured her that she would be quiet, but this quickly became a recurring issue. The first night, Mai woke up frequently to smoke, and at 5 a.m. began making coffee. She politely asked her to wait until 6 a.m. for future mornings, but this pattern continued. Despite the suggestions of alternatives like preparing coffee the night before, Mai insisted on her routine. And over time, her disregard for boundaries, late-night noise, and inconsiderate behavior escalated. She binge-ate Jane's food, left her hair and nail clippings scattered in the bathroom, and showed little respect for cleanliness. One night, Jane came home to find the water bowls of her cats bone dry, an unsettling indication of neglect. Jane's cats, who were typically affectionate, started avoiding her, which made her uneasy. She even ruined the sentimental saucepan that belonged to Jane's grandmother without showing any remorse. And on top of all this, Jane discovered Mai had been stealing her prescribed sleeping pills, essential for managing her insomnia. Confronting Mai only led to more denials and silence. One evening, an old classmate reached out to Jane and revealed that Mai's eviction wasn't due to an innocent mistake. She had broken into her neighbor's apartment and was found standing over their baby with a knife, an event Jane had no knowledge of. Mai's mental health seemed far more unstable than she let on, but Jane still felt trapped by the agreement they had, and she had 30 days before she had to move out. Over the next few weeks, Mai's behavior became increasingly erratic. She ignored her requests for being quiet, continued to mess up the apartment, and behaved in ways that made her feel unsafe. She unplugged the coffee maker to stop her from waking her up in the early hours, but Mai retaliated by making coffee in the saucepan. Things took a terrifying turn when she woke up in the middle of the night to find Mai standing in the doorway silently watching Jane and her boyfriend. Mai just stood there, staring with her long black hair obscuring her face. When Jane asked what she was doing, she slammed the door and ran off. The next morning, she found a kitchen knife lying on the floor where Mai had been standing. Terrified for her safety and her cats, Jane finally decided it was time for Mai to leave. She enlisted a friend to be with her when she broke the news, fearing that things might escalate. Mai didn't react verbally but left the apartment in a daze. She later accused Jane of disrespecting her by bringing something into her space. That night, instead of coffee, Jane woke up to find her burning dry coffee grounds in a frying pan, a scene that reinforced the suspicion that she had stopped taking her medication and she was descending into psychosis. The following day, Mai had an appointment with her psychiatrist. While she was gone, Jane packed up her belongings and told her that she needed to pick them up. Jane offered to pay for a hostel for the remainder of her 30 days, hoping to end things peacefully. Fortunately, Mai didn't argue and returned her keys without confrontation. Months passed, and Jane learned from mutual friends that Mai's mental health had declined severely. She had stopped taking her medication, which led to a full-blown psychotic episode. Mai set her apartment on fire, believing that she needed to burn everything to save her loved ones. Neighbors tried to save her, but she resisted, pouring alcohol in the flames to make the fire worse, and she was eventually arrested for aggravated arson and will be spending a long time in a mental institution. Possibly the same type of facility where they both once worked.